This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
The following program contains strong sexual content. Viewer discretion advised. Today, on an all-new Dr. Phil.
I may be a pageant mom, but I'm not crazy.
Is this your daughter?
Yeah.
And how old is she?
11.
She's bleached their teeth and dyed their eyelashes.
It's very safe.
Yeah, what's the FDA know? As long as your hairdresser said, honey, it's okay.
Is this mom protecting her kids from online predators?
You allowed a post talking about doing a sexual act to my daughter's picture. That is wrong.
Or is she the one exploiting them?
This is your Facebook page.
That should have been locked.
This is your daughter. You just sat there and told me these were all locked. I've clicked on two. They're open with provocative poses.
I don't think that's a provocative pose.
Oh. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
I hate to see people suffering, and you've hurt long enough.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Both of you. Take
I'm going to get you the help that you need.
In 5, 4,
This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Go, Dr. Phil.
How you doing? Hey, guys. How are y'all? Hello? Well, have you recently heard some off-the-wall story that left you scratching your head and wondering, what the hell were they thinking? Well, my guests today have all made headlines for engaging in, well, shall we say, highly questionable behavior. Now, from a mother who had sex with a 14-year-old boy to a pageant mom who was criticized for dyeing her daughter's eyelashes and bleaching her children's teeth. When I said dyeing I mean eyelashes. I'm not talking about eyebrows. I'm talking about eyelashes. With this, which says, this product is designed to be applied exclusively by licensed professionals. She is not. Use only as directed. Avoid contact with skin and eyes. Take a look.
My kids absolutely love doing pageants.
This is my favorite crown out of all of them. It's because I won Ultimate Grand Supreme.
We go to pageants to win.
Losing makes me feel sad.
If we were just going to go have fun for the weekend, I would just take them to Chuck E. Cheese because it would be a lot cheaper. I'm proud that my kids are so good at pageants.
I like the spotlight and the glitz and the glamour. That's why pageants are good for me.
One thing I do enjoy about the competition is preparing for it. You can have hair extensions, falls or wiglets, false eyelashes, false nails. Alaska's very fair-skinned. Her eyelashes and her eyebrows disappear, so I dye her lashes. I use this little brush. I separate her lashes. It's perfectly safe. If you get it in your eye, it stings just like maybe shampoo would. One time on a television show, she was not sitting still. She was like, oh, it hurts, stop. And of course, that was on the show. So everybody's like, oh my God, she's killing her kid. Braxton gets a little manscaping. He'll even look in the mirror and say, I think I need my brows done, Mom. I only ever whiten the kids' teeth about 5 times. Of course, when I found out this is bad for baby teeth, immediately stopped. Braxton and Chandler's dad is African American and German. When I was pregnant, I was a little nervous about if they were going to inherit their father's kind of crazy curly hair. So I did rub my belly and say, please have good hair, because I don't know what kind of styling products to use on kinky hair. When they came out with straight brown hair, I was like, less work for me. We probably spend about $15,000 to $20,000 a year on pageants. Alaska's pageant dress cost me $1,100. Our coach is $140 an hour. We are not rich people. It's kind of ridiculous to spend all this money to have a bunch of strangers tell you that your kids are pretty when we already know that, but that's beauty pageants.
Okay, you were equivocating about something in the tape. What was it?
The bleaching of the teeth. It was just tooth whitening gel. And of course, as soon as I found out you can't do it, I immediately stopped.
Well, that was all you talking in the piece.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard me read this when you were out here.
I know.
This lash and brow tint. This product is designed to be applied exclusively by licensed professionals. Mm-hmm. Are you?
No.
So you're not a licensed professional, but
No.
you're putting this around your children's eyes anyway.
The girl who we usually get our hair cut by,
Uh-huh.
she used to do it, and I watched her several times, asked her, said, she goes, honey, you can do this at home and save you a bunch of money. We're not rich people, so I try to scrimp and save any way I can. It's very safe. It's made out of vegetable extracts. Alaska sits there very still, and she's in capable hands.
Yeah, what's the FDA know?
Well,
as long as your hairdresser said, honey, it's okay.
Yeah.
Look, here's the FDA warning. Permanent eyelash and eyebrow tints and dyes have been known to cause serious eye injuries, including blindness. There are no color additives approved by FDA for permanent dyeing or tinting of eyelashes and eyebrows. You say you are addicted to these things. You says you guys are addicted to pageants and you want to win.
Well, yeah, you don't do a pageant to lose. It's hard. You don't just walk up on stage and walk across it. There's a lot of work. You don't do anything in life to lose. You put your best foot forward and you do the best you can. But they are kind of addictive because you would go to one and then there's paperwork for another one. And you're like, oh, well, that looks like fun. I'm not addictive, but they are addicting.
You started Braxton at 18 months?
Mm-hmm. And Chandler, my 10-month-old, he started when he was 2 months.
Because he wanted to.
No, he didn't want to.
Yeah.
I know that. I'm not delusional.
Yeah.
I may be a pageant mom, but I'm not crazy.
When Lori made national headlines for dyeing then 9-year-old daughter's eyelashes on a reality show, she says her daughter's pageant picture ended up on what she calls an adult website. And now she's in the news again. Take a look.
Lori Matthews wants to know how a picture of her 9-year-old daughter ended up on an adult website where a man explains how he performed a sex act while looking at the picture of her daughter.
6. And it's about a child.
A child who has been in the national spotlight before.
Featured on the popular TV show Toddlers and Tiaras.
Law enforcement agencies say the post, while disgusting, isn't illegal.
If there isn't a law about it, there needs to be one.
Matthews says that some claim she is to blame and that she made her daughter a target by allowing her to participate in pageants and the TLC show.
Well, Lori and her fiancé Jay blamed the Dirty.com for exploiting her daughter for the sake of a bunch of what she calls sickos. Take a look at this, and then we'll talk about it.
I was absolutely horrified. I'm thinking there's some sicko out there doing stuff to my daughter's image.
The fact that my daughter's picture is on this website makes me completely sick.
I was scared for her. I was disgusted by it. I was confused. I don't understand how it would even get on there.
It seemed to me that would be illegal.
And I immediately called the police.
The attitude of the officer was, you put your kids in a situation, they're public figures now, and pretty much you got what you deserved.
I emailed the owner of the website several times, pleading, please just take this down. I want Dr. Phil's help to get this post taken off this website.
Okay, when something happens that you don't want to happen, I work backwards and look for the first link in the chain. Where's the first link in this chain?
Probably the internet. I mean, you have Facebook, you have social networking. Anybody's picture could end up anywhere.
Let me look at some of the pictures of your daughter.
Yep.
And how old is she?
11. She's at a pageant surrounded by pageant people. She's not walking down the street going to Walmart looking like that.
She's on a reality show looking like that.
Yeah.
That is Walmart, lady.
Yeah, yeah.
and I looked at the costumes that you had up earlier, which I thought were astoundingly inappropriate, some of them, for an 11-year-old child.
There's swimwear events. Was it a swimwear? Maybe.
You think that's appropriate?
For a pageant? Yes.
Is that, do you have a Facebook page?
I do. My children don't.
Do you put your children's pictures on your Facebook?
No, they're all blocked. Like, let's say I take pictures or I have stage shots. You can lock them.
How old is she here?
Let's see. That was 2 years ago.
So she was 9.
9, yep, because that's her older swimsuit.
I'm sorry. That's a link in the chain. That's a link in the chain. We got to take a break. So why wasn't the picture immediately taken down off of this website? Well, we're going to talk to the owner of thedirty.com, who says Lori is the problem, not his website. We'll be right back.
When I first saw the post, I was really sick about it. I have a 2-year-old child. This is a mother putting their daughter out there for her own selfish purposes. I think it's disgusting.
And later, this is your daughter.
Mm-hmm. People want to see how good of a tan I can give their kids, so obviously I'm going to put a picture.
You just sat there and told me these were all locked. Go to the albums, mister, and you'll see they're all locked. I just go to the albums. I've clicked on 2. They're open with provocative poses.
When I saw the website and the article and my daughter's picture next to it, I felt kind of guilty. It's almost like I put them out there to have something like this happen to them. I had to kind of pull myself back in and say, this isn't your fault. It's the fault of the person who allowed it to make his website a little bit juicier.
Lori says she was disgusted when she saw her daughter's picture on thedirty.com, along with some risque comments. But the creator of thedirty.com, Nick Ritchie, says he blames Lori 100% for the post being created. Take a look.
Dirty.com is a gossip site. Real people from all over the world upload content. When I first saw the post, I was really sick about it. I have a 2-year-old child. It was kind of a gut check to myself whether I was going to publish it or not. But I decided to pull the trigger because I only wanted the mothers of America to understand that this is a mother putting their daughter out there for her own selfish purposes. I think it's disgusting.
Okay, Nick from thedirty.com is joining us. Far be it from me to defend some damn gossip website, because I don't like gossip websites, because I'm usually one being gossiped about. But I've known Nick for 4 or 5 years. You're looking at a man that would not exploit children. Mm-hmm. That's not who he is.
But the post was sexually based.
What do you say?
Very much so.
Well, thedirty.com is a gossip site, first and foremost. When you say adult, that first thing people think is porn. This is not a porn site.
Do you have children?
Yes, I have a 2-year-old daughter.
Would you let your 2-year-old look at your website?
I wouldn't put my daughter in a position where she's exploited on a national level to be forced into adulthood, which is what I feel you're doing.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's your opinion.
That picture was taken from the show.
Yeah.
And by the way, the picture that's posted is not risque or racy.
No. But did you read the post about what the gentleman did?
Yeah, and I don't know if he was...
Lori, but
he's doing a sexual act to my daughter's picture that you allowed on there. I don't care if none of these people like what we do.
Did you read what was written?
This is beyond pageant. The fact is you allowed a post from a man saying he 2 freeze frames of my daughter.
From the TV
Period.
show.
You allowed
From the TV show.
You allowed it.
From the TV show.
You allowed it. And then, to boot, let's add a picture of her on there.
It's submitted.
That is wrong.
Okay.
Wrong.
I understand where you're coming from.
Wrong.
Okay.
Just take it down. That's all
Can I speak?
I'm asking. Okay?
Can I tell you my side?
Thank you.
Because when I first got the post, Dr. Phil, I was really on the fence. Because you know me. It's like I have a daughter. I understand your frustration. No one wants to see their child put in that situation.
Don't want you to.
But Lori, you put your...
No, wait, let him speak.
Okay,
He
I'm
lets
sorry,
you
you're
speak.
correct. I'm sorry. I will have manners. Speak. I'm so sorry.
I looked at where this post originated from. Where's this coming from? It's not from my website. This is from a TV show that this guy was watching, and he was crying out to help to me to say, hey, I made a mistake and I need help. My whole thing here, Dr. Phil, was that if I post this, maybe another mother that watches this television show and looks up to someone like you, I want other mothers out there to see this and say, okay, well, I don't want to exploit my children because this can happen. It was about exposing the situation so other mothers can learn from your mistake.
I never made a mistake.
You're forcing your kids to become
force my
adults.
children.
You're forcing your kids to become adults.
It's like a play. So if your
It's
little
not a
daughter
play.
wanted to play Snow White, you say, oh, nope, Snow
when you're
White's
dressing
an adult.
a 9-year-old
You can't go
child
on a
into an
stage.
adult, because this is your
an event.
No, this is your fantasy.
No, it's
you
not.
missing out on your
No,
child.
it's
Let me ask
not.
you a
Because when
question.
they want to quit pageants, I'll be like, hallelujah.
Let me
because
ask
it's a
you a
lot of
question.
work.
Are you upset that this was posted on this gossip website, or are you upset that this man saw your daughter on television and used her as a sexual stimulus? Because all of that happened before he ever got involved. Mm-hmm. And I don't hear you talking about that. I don't hear you saying, you need to take that post down and I need to get her off that television show because predators are responding to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she went to the news first, Dr. Phil.
There's
She didn't come to me.
everywhere. I cannot keep my children in a box. I teach them stranger danger and things like that.
You would answer my question.
I'm upset that this gentleman can decide what he sticks up there. And he
Well, this is
stuck it up
America.
there.
I mean...
But she's a little girl.
The picture that was posted was not inappropriate.
No, that was taken from the show.
But I got to take a break. When we come back, we'll discuss this.
Lori is a very extreme pageant mom. I personally think that she's a lunatic. Lori dyes her daughter's eyelashes darker, causes blindness. When you put your children in danger, that's not good parenting. That's actually child abuse.
And later, we did not ask your child to write a letter. That is an absolute wrong statement. We did not ask your child to write a letter. If you want me to get the producer out here, and you can look her in the eye and say that she told you that, I'll have her come out.
Okay.
Across this great country, from coast to coast, you've told me about the crossroads we're facing. That's exactly why I wrote We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity. This book isn't just a conversation starter. It's a roadmap for standing strong in the face of adversity, for embracing our core values when they're needed most. We're talking about real strategies for real people dealing with real issues, from navigating the complexities of today's polarized world to fortifying our families. And I set forth in the book 10 principles that I think are critical for a healthy society. This is not about politics. I'm not a politician, don't want to be a politician, don't know enough about politics to talk about it. But I talk about every angle of life as we know it, from family and relationships to the burning issues that are shaping our world today. We've got issues. How you can stand strong for America's soul and sanity. And you'll find it anywhere books are sold. It's about time we start addressing what truly matters.
On Oops the Podcast, join me, comedian Giulio Gallerati, as I examine everyday life, the mistakes, the bad decisions, the goals, the jokes, the social engagements, and all things in between. I'm joined every week by producer and personal confidant Ryan Lynch, various other comedians for witty, candid, and intoxicating conversation. Our listeners love Oops for its sophisticated banter, aka your mom could listen, and many feel like they're in the room with us chopping it up with old pals. You can find every episode of this show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube.
My question before Nick ever got out here is, I said that there were pictures that I thought were inappropriate for a child and provocative poses and that sort of thing. I've never understood that about pageants. And I get letters from pageant moms saying that I'm some kind of ignorant hillbilly, which is fine. But if it takes being an ignorant hillbilly to recognize when a child is being provocatively posed in revealing clothes, dressed up to look like they're 25, then so be it. And I ask you if you think that you're a link in the chain here, that putting your daughter out there in that arena, do you recognize that that comes with certain risks?
There's a big difference between us doing national pageants and then being on a reality TV show. Doing the reality TV show, I did cross the line when we went to reality TV, because it went from the small stage of a hotel somewhere to being filmed and shown. So yes, I'm a link there, because instead of being guarded in a pageant community, she ended up being on TV.
All right, well, this is one of the posts that was on thedirty.com. It said, Nick, I love how they keep saying it's an adult site. They are making it sound like it's posted on a porn site for a bunch of pedophiles. Alaska's mom is a bitch. I decided.
That's what he wrote.
That's what I'm saying that was Nick's signature at the end of that.
That's what I said, and the reason I said that, Dr. Phil, is because instead of her coming to rectify the situation, she went to media and garnered more attention to herself, tried to get the media involved, getting more exposure to the situation for her daughter, and making the post bigger and larger than life than it had to be.
That's not true. I have a typed out
email
of all the times I messaged you pleading.
After the fact.
I gave it to the producer. She has it. It's all printed out. Dear Nick, please take my daughter off the site.
Can I
4
talk?
days
Can I talk?
Before
Can I talk?
it went to.
That's not what they
blew up.
The reporters.
It's on black and white.
They even said on the news that they told you how to get in contact with me because they were trying to help you.
Did you know the news first?
No, I called the police. Was my first thing I did.
So you called the police, then you called the news, then you called Nick.
No.
You reached out to
No.
Police, news, and Nick?
Nick.
That's a lie.
When the police said, "Oh, we can't help you,"
so
I'm like, "Okay, what do I do?" So then I went to the
news.
captain. No, then I went to the captain
you went to the news
of
and
my
said
police, and he said, "We will go through BCI."
You went to the news and said,
then
"My child is on a porn site.
On your side, can you help me?" They contacted the Attorney General's office.
And you blame me.
Then.
You blame me.
And all this time, I'm not emailing you. It says, post a comment. And then you have to decide whether you put it underneath all those other lovely
this was all
comments.
after the fact.
There is a printed
Okay, well, it doesn't matter
paper.
because I wouldn't take it down anyways.
And that
I wouldn't take it down
really
because
sucks, because I thought everybody had something inside of them that says this is right.
No, because I'm not hiding the fact that there's sexual predators out there that get off on this stuff.
It's disgusting.
Let me finish something here. You told me that your Facebook page was blocked from strangers, right? That is not true.
Yeah, my albums, a lot of them are locked.
When you see these things, this is your Facebook page. You control your Facebook page.
Tag me.
You're not seeing the bigger picture. You're being very selfish, and I honestly.
I didn't ask for your help. I asked for Dr. Phil's help.
Okay, but you're not getting anywhere because I think what you're doing is a form of child abuse. I really do.
Well, did my kids look abused?
No, but I see friends.
So much
I see these other girls that are younger than your daughter, dressed very inappropriately, and you're saying that their friends.
You wanted us to go to the albums.
There we go. I'm selling clothes.
All right, hold on. Can we click on All Stars National 2013?
That should have been locked.
Oh no, it's.
Is there anything wrong there?
Well, other than that you lied about it being locked, I'd put that on the wrong side. I'm sorry?
I thought they were all locked. I don't like putting pageant pictures up.
Well, maybe you should spend a little more time cleaning your own house instead of worrying about Nick's.
I'm not worried about Nick's house.
I'm just saying.
I'm worried about my daughter on Nick's house.
And I'm worried about your daughter's mother putting her out there and doing the things that you're doing. To me, I don't think it's healthy.
Well, that's your opinion. That's fine.
Well, you came here to get it.
Yeah. I was hoping you'd help me.
All right, let's look at Tanning by Lori. Is this your daughter?
Yes.
This is your daughter?
Mm-hmm. People want to see how good of a tan I can give their kids, so obviously I'm going to put a picture.
You just sat there and told me these were all locked. Go to the albums, mister, and you'll see they're all locked. I just go to the albums. They're open with provocative poses.
I don't think that's a provocative pose.
Pose.
That's a pageant
the problem.
pose.
That's the problem.
And in the pageant community, that's acceptable.
Forget the bleaching, forget the eyelash tinting. There was one thing Lori asked her daughter to do that really, really upset me. Now, I say she asked her to do it. I bet she disagrees. We're going to find out when we come back. This is a letter that I got from your daughter. Mm-hmm. Okay?
She had me sit down and help her.
She what?
She wanted to write you.
Yeah. Says, hi, my name's Alaska. I'm 11 years old in the 5th grade. I'm writing to you to ask for your help. My mom is very upset about something on the internet about me with a picture. She says it's for adults. I shouldn't be on it. I've never seen it because I'm not allowed, but my whole family is super upset, and that makes me very sad. If I'm a kid, why would someone put me on a grown-up website? A grown-up website. I wish it was gone. Can you help me? I received this letter. A producer handed it to me, and in the first 10 seconds, I said, that is the most blatant and transparent attempt to manipulate me that I think I've seen in 12 years.
What do you mean? I don't understand. How is that manipulative? That's a child. They said because she couldn't come here because of the content, the producer said, have her write a letter. So she sat down and she said...
Did you help her with that letter?
With spelling.
We did not ask your child to write a letter. That is an absolute wrong statement. We did not ask your child to write a letter. And if you want me to get the producer out here and you can look her in the eye and say that she told you that, I'll have her come out.
Okay.
So
because they said, well, that's sweet. Yeah, we'd love to have a letter. Bring it.
Whoa. You've now changed the story. You said we asked for a letter. Now you're saying we responded to the offer of a letter. Which is it?
You know what? I don't really know if it was like an offer or we were just talking with the producer. Like, it's a shame that Alaska couldn't come here and talk to you herself.
You know why she isn't here?
Because of the adult content of the show.
You think?
Yeah.
That's why I know we didn't ask you for a letter, because I got 2 rules about children. 1, you never ask them to deal with adult issues, and you never hold them responsible for things they can't control.
Yeah, and she wanted to, she brought it up, can I write him a letter? And then the producer's like, that's great. Have her write it, and we'll pick it up with all the other things.
Do you want her to come on the show?
No, not the show.
If she had written me a letter,
I wanted her to come to Hollywood and have fun with us, but no, not to be here.
If she had written me a letter, and it was a genuine letter from her and not choreographed by her mother with her mother's words and terms in it, then I would have felt differently about it.
It's not choreographed by me, Dr. Phil, not at all. She was like, well, I don't want this on here.
She must have been sitting down writing this while you were locking those albums. We'll meet another pageant mom who says Lori's extreme behavior makes other pageant moms look crazy right after the break.
Later, this mom got pregnant and ended up behind bars.
It was all consensual, and I did not know the age of this teenager.
Did you have sex with him?
Yes.
Was he 14?
Yes. No one knows my side of the story.
Tomorrow.
You vowed that if your husband ever cheated on you, that you would sleep with the entire Mets team, including the ball boys.
The baseball wife who assaulted her New York Mets pitcher husband.
I wouldn't change a thing other than I wish I would have whacked him.
That's tomorrow.
I have twin daughters that compete in pageants. They do wear fake hair, they do have spray tans, they wear makeup, fake eyelashes, but I don't do anything that endangers them in any way. We don't color eyelashes, we don't bleach teeth, and we don't color hair. My daughters and Alaska have competed at the same pageants. Lori is a very extreme pageant mom. I personally think that she's a lunatic. When you put your children in danger, things that can cause blindness, things that can damage their teeth and their hair for the rest of their life, that's not good parenting. That's actually child abuse.
Well, Kelly is joining us. Kelly, you say, quote, Lori is famous for being a lunatic. What do you mean?
Most of Lori's television debuts have featured her in a very extreme situation just like this. I'm a licensed cosmetologist.
Okay.
I went to school for thousands of hours to learn what is a safe practice. It's not safe for me to color your eyelashes.
You don't offer that service at the salon?
It's illegal to offer it in my state.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's
in
illegal
Ohio,
to
it's
offer
not.
it. Well, that statement that just ran up there in the bold print for everybody in this room to read said, not FDA approved. There is no product that's FDA approved to color eyelashes. It's for eyes.
Let me interrupt
And you can
here.
buy that at Sally's Beauty Supply.
That makes it perfectly safe.
I'm saying it's the same exact product they use in the
Jay,
salon.
Okay.
Go.
And you don't think the pictures that they just showed of your children in hair and makeup for pageants are just as provocative, age difference-wise, that could be put on his website by a man?
That looks like a little girl with her toe popped and her leg outside.
That there
Sure.
does not look like, does she look 6 or does she look 16?
Looks like a little girl with some makeup on.
You have a Greyhound bus. Just answer the question.
I have two.
You have two.
Yeah.
You have your daughter's pictures all across the whole bus.
Well, this is not really about my daughter, but
it's
yeah, if you want to know, I do.
It's about exposing children to the public. You go down the highway
with your
going to pageants
looking like
with
little
Gia
kids.
and Allie on the side
like
of them.
No, they're not. You
little
have
kids.
glitz pictures on the side of your bus.
You have glitz pictures
You
on
have
that
glitz
bus.
shot.
We don't
A
even
glitz
have that bus
picture.
anymore. The one that we have now, just so
But
you know,
that's
has
all
no
I
pictures
that's
on
how
it.
That was in your
But this is
episode.
not about me.
No, it's not. It's about.
You're
it's about
blaming
when
Lori
I'm
for
here.
dressing her children, and
I
you
didn't
dress your
say
children the same
anything
way.
about how
Okay.
she was dressed.
Time out.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Phil.
Time out. There's a lot of criticism about pageants in general here. I got comments from all over the blog about these things. A lot of pageant parents are outspoken, and they sound off on pageant forums, right? I mean, here are a few. Yes, the mom is a total whack job. Her Facebook page is open. There are zillions of pics of kids. Braxton's face is frozen. Same dead eye smile in each photo. Creepy little kid. Now,
I don't think that's funny.
I think that's horrible, and for all of you to laugh.
You guys
wait a minute.
You put your kids in these situations.
My point is, that's what you subject innocent children to. What is it that you want?
The biggest thing that's bothering me is the story on your website.
I will take it down if you can come to an admission that you are part of the problem that created this post in the first place.
I am part of the problem by allowing my children to be on a reality television show so that man could see her.
So you are accepting blame for it.
I'm accepting blame for deciding to put my child on a reality TV show so weirdos could see her. Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And I appreciate if you take it down.
He said he would.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting the blame.
Well, I accept the blame for going on reality TV, but I'm not going to apologize
don't
for our
talk
lifestyle.
past the close. Woman, you need to know when to stop talking. You got what you wanted, right? Did you get what you wanted? Nobody's asked my opinion, but I'll give it to you. I think the risk-reward ratio here is really bad. The risk balanced against the reward for putting your children in this internet environment and television environment is a whole different situation than it was even 10 years ago. I think it is very risky because those pictures can be jacked up off of your Facebook page. They can be actually put on porn sites. And if that is troubling to you, then you don't create the images, and then they can't be used. All right, we have to stop this conversation. When we come back, we're going to talk to a mother who had sex with a 14-year-old boy and may well have had his baby. What was she thinking? We'll talk to her next. Well, there is another mom in the headlines, a mom of three, actually. Brittany says when she met a handsome young new man, she just really relished the attention. He was just sweet and talking to her, told her she was beautiful, and said how lucky he felt to be with her.
When I first met the father of my son, I already had 2 children. I got into a fight with my former fiance. I was upset and I went to my sister's house. He was there and he was consoling me. He was very mature. We got drunk together. We ended up sleeping together. It happened so fast. I didn't know whether he wore a condom. I had no idea he was 14.
She never imagined that their one-night stand would land her right behind bars, charged with the unthinkable.
The next month, I took a pregnancy test. I told my fiance I was pregnant. I also told the 14-year-old that the baby could possibly be his. He was excited. A week or 2 later, his mom called me. She told me that her son was 14 when we had sex. She told me she could press charges against me. She ended up going to the cops. I told the police that the 14-year-old was not the father, that we did not sleep together. I was arrested the day after I had the baby. The 14-year-old and his mother called me and asked for custody of the baby, or they were pressing charges. I asked them what for, and they told me sexual assault. I thought for sure I wasn't going to get sent to prison because of the fact I just had a newborn baby. I started crying, hysterically crying. I just had a baby. He's only 3 days old. You can't put me in prison. Next thing I know, I was in prison. It was terrible. My name and face was just plastered all over the paper. My picture was right there along with 2 couples for touching little kids. Nobody knows the full story, and it looked like I raped this boy. I'm labeled as a sex offender. I didn't feel like I sexually assaulted anybody.
Let's start with your last statement. Why is that? Why is it you say you didn't feel like you sexually assaulted anyone?
Well, Dr. Phil, because it was all consensual, and I did not know the age of this teenager.
You understand that 14-year-old children don't have the legal capacity or the real-world capacity to give consent, right?
Yes, I understand that now.
You understand that now?
Yes.
And let me just go over the law in your state for you. A felony of the 2nd degree. A person commits a felony of the 2nd degree when that person engages in sexual intercourse with a complainant to whom the person is not married, who is under the age of 16 years. That's why people are looking at you like you raped a child.
Well, no one knows my side of the story. I did not know he was 14, so that's why I feel I did not sexually assault him.
But you did. Did you have sex with him?
Yes.
Was he 14?
Yes.
That's pretty simple. But you said nobody knows the circumstances. Your brother and sister pushed this, right? They said, you should meet him and he should meet you and all that, right?
Right.
How old do you think he was?
My brother's age, who would have been 18, 19 at the time.
And who got passed out drunk?
We all did by the end of the night.
Okay. He got in a fight with an older guy.
Correct.
Cops were called.
Yes.
Right. You have a fiance.
Yes.
Where is your fiance?
He was out of town working.
But you're over with some other people getting pass out drunk, having sex with a 14-year-old. Cops are called. Fight breaks out. And you know this was a good idea. Why? What was it? Somebody that thinks you're cute, so what the hell?
Trying to feel better.
And how'd that work out for you?
Well, here I am sitting with you, Dr. Phil.
And you've been to prison. I have to put you in jail.
So it hasn't ended up great at all so far.
You know, I would think that you were just dumber than a box of rocks if I looked at everything you were doing.
I would agree.
But then I look back further, because you have not had a smooth ride in this world. Would that be accurate?
That would be very accurate.
But you have to dramatically disrupt the flow of your life right now, because it is train wreck after train wreck after train wreck. And something's got to happen to change that. True?
True.
All right. We're going to hear from the teen boy who Brittany had sex with when he was 14 years old, which resulted in her arrest and being placed on 2 years of probation. You might be very interested to hear what he has to say. We'll be right back.
Neither of the men want anything to do with my son right now. My name and face was just plastered all over the paper, right there along with 2 other married couples for touching little kids. It made me feel dirty. I have 3 children. I can't get a decent job. I paid the price for everything.
Every situation needs a hero. Step up and be that for your child. If you're having trouble with a son or daughter and feel like you're running out of options, visit drphil.com to get 11 seasons of parenting advice. You can access articles, video, and action plans to help you be the best parent you can be. Well, we got a statement from this teenage individual, and here's what he said. What happened, happened. We had sex, and it was consensual. I do not think that she should have been punished for what happened and feel she was an idiot for taking that plea deal. I was willing to sleep with her. It was not like she grabbed a kid off the street and raped someone. She was sleeping with someone else at the time, and I am more than willing to take a DNA test to find out if the baby is mine. You need to get a DNA test to decide, to find out who's the father of this child. They are entitled to know, and you need to know. And I will arrange for that to be done for you safely, and so everything is handled. I want to get you some help in the form of a professional that will sit down and sort some of this out for you, and a life coach that will help you get the right job, make the right decisions, hang with the right people, so you have somebody to check with along the way, somebody that will objectively and honestly guide you, somebody that will objectively and honestly help you. I mean, you have 3 children and no ability to provide for them. You don't have access to them right now. They're not in your custody, correct?
Correct.
You need a life coach. You need someone to help you learn what you didn't learn when you were growing up and should have. And rather than judge you, I want to help you.
Thank you.
And I will provide you with that professional help if you will agree to take it.
I'll take anything that will make a better life for my children. That's my main goal in life.
And the best way to do that is to take care of their mother. You
Absolutely.
Can't give away what you don't have. And I don't want you to continue the legacy that you've gotten. So I'm going to set that up for you the minute we walk off of this stage.
Thank you.
Okay, fair enough?
Thanks.
I would like to thank all of my guests today, including Nick Ritchie from TheDirty.com. Thanks so much for being here. So long. Thanks, guys.